Alright, so I am going to show y'all. I'm in a neighborhood, so excuse the noise. I got dogs barking, I got cars going, but I'm going to show y'all something that I'm very, very, very proud of. So I've never grown these before, but they look beautiful already, and it's a new technique that I've also started, and I'll show you real quick what it is. So check it out. So I'm pretty sure that I've shown y'all in previous videos, but all this is vermiculite, right? And you don't have to do it this way, but this is the way that I did it. And then I just put some organic potatoes from the grocery store, and they started chitting. So what chitting is when you get a little growth from the eyes. In each one of these, people tell you just to go plant this whole thing, but you can actually get each one of these, and that'll actually grow into a plant. And I'll show you that in a minute. But this is what I'm actually proud of. I've never grown these before, and just look how beautiful that looks. It's nice. It's thick. It's kind of leggy right now because I had to move them. Because it's just been pouring rain out here. And these are cranberry elegant bean, they're called. And I got some. I don't even know what these are. Oops, I just broke it. Dill. So over here, I have a grow bag that I got, and this bag, I'm not gonna put a link down below. You can just get them anywhere. They're on Amazon. I think these though, I got them off of Temu. But this is a potato plant, and this is amazing because what I showed you earlier, I literally just grabbed it and I popped it in the soil, and now it's just growing beautifully. So what you want to do is when it's tiny, you just want to put it in soil. It grows and grows and grows, and you just want to keep layering the soil on there until it reaches the top. Like that one, it actually needs more soil now, but it's fine. You can add more soil. I just haven't done it. I got a lot of stuff going on. I got a lot more stuff to show you. So these are also something new that I haven't tried in before. These are called Cali zinnias. I even forgot what they look like. I got some pumpkins going already. And let me show you what I do. So I write what it is. If you can write the entire name, like what kind of pumpkin it is or whatnot, you do that. And then you always want to write the date that you planted the seeds, so you can know if it's growing right or not. Okay, so that's my pumpkin. I got some strawberries going, even though it's not strawberry season anymore. This is the beginning of July. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself. The beginning of June. I still want to start some for next year. So here I have some pink banana squash. Okay, and these are actually looking nice too. I got some African marigolds, some bush blue lake beans here. And what I really want to point out is just how lush everything looks. And all the other YouTubers out there, oh wow. Let me show you what I don't even know what's going on with this tree. I'm not sure if these are eggs or if this is just a natural thing. It's just everywhere. So it's supposed to be a pecan tree. So let me give you a little quick history now that it caught my eye. I have what is it called? It's not a shelter. It's like a little garage for your lawnmower. I'm gonna hate myself for not remembering this name, But anyway, so it had electricity. It burnt down, and this tree that was here actually burnt down. Um, and I managed to cut it, but it's growing again. And look at that. And well, yeah, but it's growing with like little warts. But anyway, so unlike other YouTubers, I actually like to start my little seedlings just directly in the soil outside. I am in zone. It's debatable. Zone 9A, 9B. I'm actually in Texas, so it gets pretty humid, pretty warm over here. I wouldn't even say warm. It's really hot. It gets hot, and I just start them outside. I start them outside because I just automatically want them to just get acclimated to the weather. So those are those seeds there. But let me show you everything else, everything that I have growing. So I'm just really excited. So it's a little messy. So it's messy over here because I just have some construction stuff going on. And then I also get some pallets, because I like to build little trellises and whatnot, or just use it as trellises. But I have all this melon vine going on. If you grow melons, this is my first time growing melons. If you grow melons, it actually takes a, and that's simply because you have to look for the male and female flowers. Like, let me show you the difference. This is a male flower. And if you come over here, no, these are not it. Where did it go? Oh yeah, was it? So it has little hands. But that little bud right there, behind that flower, that's actually the fruit. So it needs to get pollinated. And I know what you're thinking. It looks a little bit wild over here, but I left it like this on purpose because I'm trying something a little different. And you see this vine that's growing, this is my gourd plant. And as you can see, let me move over here. It's actually growing pretty rapidly. Look at that. That's my loofah gourd. I got one over there. You can't see in the camera, but I got some. Where'd it go? I got some right there, and it's actually touching the tree up here. So hopefully, the tree, and we just have a whole bunch of loofah gourds everywhere. But anyways, back to this. Let me back up so I can get this whole area. I'm really trying to excuse myself and excuse this, but it just I left it like this on purpose because I'm trying to do something here. This is my experimental bed. So I planted some peppers close by, right? I wanted to see if, because I'm constantly learning, so I wanted to see if these peppers, if it really matters, or if they have to be, if the spacing is important. But from what I learned, and I'm gonna show you here in a little bit, from what I learned is if you put these peppers together, they tend to produce more, and it's because the roots, they kind of they intertwine, and they kind of they just join forces and they just absorb more. But as you can see, I had a lot more. I got something that's digging all this up. As you can see, I haven't caught what it is yet, but it's destroying a lot of stuff. So I'm showing y'all all of this because it's a learn as well. I'm not a professional. I grow, just to have a little extra for my family, have a little extra, um, for whomever, neighbors, pets, friends, and I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy learning, and I've just accumulated a lot of knowledge over the years, and I just put it to good use. I put it to practice. But the reason why I wanted to leave this the way that it is, and I stopped weeding, because I want to mimic nature as much as possible. I want to see how everything grows as if it were in nature, versus like a pretty pedicured lawn type of thing. And I'm still doing a lot of like the fertilization. Like I have compost back there that I can't get to. Similar reasons, but you'll see in a minute. Um, but yeah, it just everything just is just growing exponentially, and this is my third year growing successfully, and I owe it all to this. I do have some here. I didn't necessarily just throw it on my concrete slab. I was doing a little project, and this is what kind of what was left over. But you can see this soil. Let me see. All right, so this soil. See how moist that is? This is the true test. Like, if you squeeze it, it holds itself together, but it's still soft enough so the roots can go through. And now, if you look closer, all the little white speckles or golden speckles, that's vermiculite. I got some perlite in there. I got some mycorrhizae. I got a whole bunch of just bacteria going on. A lot of action. For instance, let me show you over here. So over here, I just threw some wax beans down, and you see this bad boy is coming up, and I just put it down. I just planted these about a week. So it's just about that time. I'm sorry, I hate when I discover stuff in my beds. That looked a little scary. What I'm looking at. That looked a little scary, but it's just a root ball. I used to have tomatoes here. I still have one here, but you see it tackled my basil. So I don't know. But I'm constantly looking at my garden and trying to see what I could do better. I'm also writing a book about everything that I've researched, everything that I've practiced. That garden bed over there, like I said, that's my latest experimental bed. I can't remember the name, but basically it's a combination of things. It's the fertilization technique is basically it's like a living soil. I used the Korean technique, Jadam. Also, I've also used what else? No. That's about it. And then just the no tilling, no dig, and just leave it to nature, and see what happens. I don't want to mess with it. There's no. I don't know why I turned the camera. There's no bug spray stuff over there. It's just as natural as possible, and I see it just really flourishing. As everything is growing nicely. The only thing that I don't like about that area is that I haven't seen any pollinators. A I will see some every now and then, but not as much as I would hope so. Would have hoped for, which is why I think that my melons haven't been pollinated. But then again, my gourds have been pollinated, so I don't know. I just have to be patient. They just started blooming last week, this past Saturday. So, but let me show you my so these are the pepper plants. I got like 5 pepper plants in here, and a 25-gallon bucket. And these pepper plants, they just produce so much. I literally pulled every pepper out of here. This is a sweet banana pepper. I pulled every pepper out of here Sunday. Today being Tuesday, and look, there's a lot more right now. You know, that's never happened to me before, and I think that is because I clustered them together. As you can see, they're really close together. It just looks like one plant, but there's 5 plants in there. I'm really proud of this tree. I thought it was a cherry tree. I was eating some cherries. I put a little cherry pit down, but I got an app called Plant In. This is a persimmon. So if it's persimmon, then even better. I'm perplexed what my dog is doing. So that's Miss Piggy over there. We call her Miss Piggy because she makes little grunting noises and she likes to eat everything. But let me show you what's over there. So over here, I planted some cucumbers. And now, these are pickly cucumbers. Now, I know you can see that I didn't space them out, but it's what I like to do. I like to not space it out. I like to do more like a controlled chaos gardening. And that's simply because, let me show you, you have a lot of soil that's still exposed. You see? You have all that soil. I still have all of this soil, which I'm not sure what to put in there yet. I think I'm just going to throw in some dill seeds. But you have all that soil that's still exposed. So that's another technique that I picked up. You really don't want soil exposed. Picture it as like your soil is more like canvas, just a blank canvas. And you want to paint everything. You want to paint the whole thing. You want to get your money's worth, basically. Contrary to what all these YouTubers are telling you, what you read online, it really works. But only if you have rich soil. And I'll show you how to make this rich soil. So I know this is getting to be a longer video, so I'll kind of summarize it. If you create your own compost, it's not just about composting, it's about creating living soil. And if you create the living soil, what tends to happen is this, sorry, I had a call coming in. The soil basically starts to feed the plants and it starts taking care of itself. And for instance, let me show you this. So here, this just exploded with growth. Okay, these are watermelon plants here in the front. I got some pepper plants back here. I got some herbs back there. You can see the basil. And I have some wallflowers right here for the pollinators. I got some turnip greens, mustard greens, and stuff like that back there. And I'm not going to go back there because I got to be really careful. I'll show you another day. But this is all. I have a huge bed back there. As you can see, it's all of that. And that is all of my compost. And the beauty of that is that back there, I'm not just making any kind of compost. I'm making living soil. I'm making living compost. And it's actually completely different than just composting. When you're composting, people really care about NPK. What I care about is the microbes, the life in there, if they can actually sustain life. The vermicomposters, whether it's red wigglers or just like the massive earth movers that I call them that you see. I'm not really too sure if those are red wigglers or not. Red wigglers, they don't grow that long. One day I'm gonna have to study it and see exactly what those are. But I've seen some pretty massive earthworms in there. So that's barely the difference. The difference is that living soil has a lot of bacteria. It has those nematodes. It has just a lot of life that basically work in a cycle, and just synergistically, and are basically breaking down one thing and another thing. The sugars that are being released by the roots. The stuff that you're putting in keeps getting broken down, and it's just a continuous cycle. If you have abundant life in there, your plants will be producing in abundance, and that's why I started off showing you the seedlings, because the seedlings are being grown not in just ordinary potting mix. These seedlings, as you can see, they've only been here, look, since it says 528. I got the date on there. Today is 6/3. So 28, 29, 30, 31, 1, 2, 3. In 6 days, I got some pretty decent growth. The package said it'll start to germinate in 14 days. You know what I mean? And the same over here. And so that's really the difference. And as you can see, I have a lot of different stuff there. I understand why other YouTubers are telling us to not put so much nutrients in the seedling mix. I don't get it. I've tried, store-bought seedling mix. I've made my own seedling mix, and it wasn't until I used this living soil mix that I made that I started getting, real nice looking seedlings. Like those bad boys are ready for the fucking excuse my language, but for the garden beds over there. But yeah, let me also show you my friends. So I got my buddies over here. They wanted to say hello. So that is not just poo. It's a mix of sand. I got soil on there because we're trying a whole bunch of different stuff. As you can see, I have sand in here because we're gonna do. We did a whole litter box type of thing. And there goes my little bunny. Hey! Play nice. Play nice. So there you have it. I'll let the rabbits and I'll let the chickens just roam around the garden, and they do their thing. So it just continuously providing more nutrients to the garden, and but little by little, as time progresses, I want to teach you all the living soil mix. I want to teach you all how to make your own living soil mix. And believe me, it's not just the coco coir, the sphagnum peat moss, vermiculite, whatever. It's not just that stuff. It's a little bit different. There's science behind it. There's time, okay, that goes to into it, and it's just a lot of fun. Like, as you can see, like, I just started doing this, and it's just producing a lot. It's producing in abundance. So I'm really excited. I just spotted my red tomatoes over here. Look at those. It's no lie. I'm not trying to gimmick anybody here. I'm showing y'all, and I also have another garden that I want to show y'all. But all this is going to be in a book as well. I know some of y'all like to read and just have the book on the go, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna create a course. Well, I am creating a course. I'm creating these videos so y'all can learn with me, grow with me, and yeah, we'll just be abundant.